This is a battle against all of us. The wolf may be on our doorstep this year, but next year it can be on your doorstep. It's a death by 1,000 cuts.
It's time for people to wake up and recognize that we're under assault. Our basic rights are under assault by limousine liberals.
Once money's not the issue, power becomes the guiding factor.
He's trying to make this state live according to his standards.
How does Mr. Bloomberg and his New York City penthouse know how we should live our life here? Leave the affairs of the state of Maine to the people of the state of Maine.
I don't think Bloomberg does have a clue, but the bigger piece is I don't think he cares. He has a very clear agenda in mind to disarm law-abiding citizens, one state at a time.
And I say bullshit because that's what it is. It's pure crap. And I think he's stepping on dangerous territory.
I look at New York City as a cesspool. We don't want that shoved down our throat up here.
The Second Amendment in the Constitution of the state of Maine is far more restrictive than the U.S. Constitution. It says every citizen in the state of Maine has the right to own and bear arms, and it shall never be questioned. He's questioning it. It's pretty serious stuff.
Sheer stupidity. What part of no doesn't Bloomberg understand?
This initiative is written by extremists to not expand background checks to firearms sales and transfers, but to act as a boot on the throat of law-abiding citizens.
It's part of our heritage, it's part of our recreation, in many ways what it means to be from Maine.
It's a way of life carrying a gun.
Share, trade, loan firearms is something that Maine people have always done.
Have you seen a crime wave associated with hunters loaning firearms to hunters? No. No, there's no crime wave.
It's never been a problem. Never been a problem until it was made a problem by Mr. Bloomberg. All this law is going to do is impede upon our law-abiding citizens, and they'll become criminals and not even know it.
I've borrowed someone's rifle for a match at Camp Perry, and if that law would pass, it would make me a criminal instantly if I didn't do the background check. I would have had gone through an FFL dealer, do a background check on me, and then as soon as I was done using that rifle, I would have to go to the same dealer, do another background check on the original owner that I borrowed it from.
And with the new law, I would have to pay a $30 fee to transfer the gun to them, and then they would have to pay a fee when they transferred it back to me.
It makes no sense whatsoever.
I would call it sinister. The fines and the penalties are so extreme, you can have a $2,000 fine and a year in jail for the first offense. Second offense, it's a felony. It's a Class C. It's a $5,000 fine and 5 years in jail, which means you lose your firearm rights forever.
It's unenforceable.
So we're creating a law that has no teeth in it unless somebody wants to do an I gotcha. It's a typical big government attitude.
This is about the public wanting to be safe on their streets.
We have one of the lowest crime rates in the nation. It's not about safety. It's all about ending of personal rights to own firearms.
Mr. Bloomberg, we don't need you here.
Why doesn't he go to Chicago? They have shootings there on a daily basis. Maine is not Chicago. Maine is not New York.
Chicago is the murder capital of the United States.
It's got every gun law that could be thought of.
Why are so many people dying? The issue is not guns in Maine. The issue is drugs out of New York. The criminals selling heroin on our streets, they all have illegal guns. And Mr. Bloomberg, now you're coming to Maine and take our guns away, not a good idea.
But there's nothing to stop the criminal from obtaining firearms, not a thing. I've been in law enforcement 32 years. Criminals that I've dealt with have either stolen their firearms or they bought them off the black market.
It doesn't work, and to be honest with you, in my years of law enforcement, I've had several cases where the gun charge was dropped, and he went about his dealing business afterwards. So we've got laws on the books. Damn it, let's enforce the laws that we got.
I believe that this referendum is all about getting a federal registry in place.
And then the next step after that is they know where you are, they know where your guns are, and when a situation comes up that they can use the power of the law, you could lose those rights.
To me, it's a big money game.
It's not grassroots at all. This is a big, big organization with a lot of money to spend.
Clearly, it's buying votes. They were paying people to go out and get signatures from residents of the state here.
He's coming in through our back door, circumventing the legislative procedure, circumventing their government, and circumventing the people what I call is like a damn snake in the grass.
The message to the voters out there is this isn't about background checks. This is about a man on a political crusade.
Don't wake up the morning after Election Day and realize that Michael Bloomberg just bought a piece of your freedom with question 3. Stand and fight to defend that freedom.
Every vote counts. If you don't stop it, you can't protect your family. It's that simple.
So the key is to educate your neighbors, put those signs on your lawn that say vote no on 3, and then go out and vote.
Leave our guns alone.
I liken it to boiling the frog. You turn the heat up slowly. The frog gets warm, but doesn't know that he's slowly dying. And that's what I see these laws doing. This erosion of our Second Amendment rights to the point where we don't have any rights.
And that right has been guaranteed us by the forefathers. We don't need a billionaire from New York. We need to stand up to these people and say enough is enough, and we're going to keep our life the way that it's always been. The Maine way is the way to go.